The Omnitracs Distinguished Member Award is presented to an MTA member company deemed to have made a long-term commitment and noteworthy contribution to the Manitoba Trucking Association, its associate trades division, Vehicle Maintenance Council, or the Manitoba trucking industry through ongoing dedication and active participation and support of the MTA. Bison's dominance on the long-haul truckload scene has impacted the trucking industry not only in Manitoba, but across Canada and North America. Their dedication to safety and innovation has made them a top fleet in more ways than one.
Our biggest accomplishment is creating an organization that lives by its values.
The Jessamine family is still involved with Bison Transport today, and their involvement is ensuring that our culture remains cornerstone in the beliefs that Duncan started the business with.
Bison Transport's relationship with the Manitoba Trucking Association goes back to May 28, 1969, when Bison Transport Inc. was incorporated in Manitoba.
Duncan Jessamine has always had a large commitment to supporting our industry and supporting one voice within the industry, both through the Manitoba Trucking Association as well as through the Canadian Trucking Alliance.
From the MTA archives, we found record of Duncan Jessamine, who is chairman of the local cartage committee, advocating for formalized driver training that very same year at one of the monthly meetings.
Right from the beginning, Duncan has been committed to having great drivers.
I started out with Bison Transport in 1973 as a driver, and I drove for about 32 years on the road all over North America for Bison, accident-free.
One of the first quotes I remember him telling me was that great drivers aren't born, they are trained.
Our training in that is unbelievable. I didn't know how to drive a big truck. Somebody taught me.
About 19 years ago, Rob Penner and I went down and looked at buying some simulators for Bison Transport. We were the second company in North America to do so and the first Canadian company to have driving simulators.
Bison has proven to be a leader in safety, driver training, and development. They have been actively involved with various committees to review new strategies in driver funding and retention. They have been at the forefront of new programs which enable companies to hire and invest in new entrants to the industry and mentor them through their new careers.
We have an expression at Bison, Bison can because we're people driven. The reality is everything we do is depending on good decisions by people throughout our organization.
And without all these people helping each other, Bison wouldn't be what it is today.
The 1970s saw Bison testing out various markets, including construction, catalog distribution, paper products, and the courier business.
I did all different types of jobs here at Bison because we had other companies. We had Echo Transport, we had Dominion Tanners. You didn't just work for Bison, you went and worked for them too. I really enjoyed it. Everything we did, it was like a challenge.
As the 70s gave way to the 80s, Bison became more focused. In the late 80s, Bison left their courier business and the company took advantage of free trade and deregulation to make some strategic moves. In 1999, Don Struber joined Bison Transport and led the company into the new millennium as Bison began to be recognized throughout North America for its management, dedication to safety, prioritization of the environment.
You know, we've won lots of awards. I think obviously the safest fleet in North America for, I don't know how many years now, 14 is it or something? It's incredible. Obviously that's been amazing. The best fleet to drive for, the best corporate culture, 50 Best Managed Companies Award. There's a lot of them.
We actually don't create policies and procedures to try and win awards, but it is a great affirmation to say we are doing a good job. So yes, we are very proud of the safety awards, but we're even prouder when our drivers get home safe every time.
Here at Bison, so many drivers really like the right to decide policy.
One of the things we hold as cornerstone is the respect of our drivers and their ability to stay as safe as possible at all times. That can include their own health, the road conditions, the weather conditions. They are professional drivers. They have that right to decide.
From the Truckload Carriers Association to Trucking HR Canada, American Trucking Associations to Smartway, its induction into Canada's Best Management Companies Platinum Club, Bison Transport has left its mark on the trucking industry across North America. Throughout all this, Bison has supported the Manitoba Trucking Association. As mentioned, Duncan Jessamine was the chair of the local cartage committee, and since that time, the MTA's board of directors has consistently had a Bison representative on it. Bison has also been represented on the MTA's Vehicle Maintenance Council, the Careers Committee, RPM Safety Council. MTA events have regularly been sponsored by Bison Transport, and the Blazing Bison always represents the company well at the annual truck driving championships. It's extremely rare to have an MTA event without a Bison employee somewhere in the mix. The MTA is not the only group to have benefited from Bison's generous spirit. Bison employees are involved in many charitable events such as Canadian Cancer Society, Special Olympics, Heart and Stroke Foundation, Humane Society, the United Way, and many more. Their contribution to our communities, our association, and our industry have made a significant impact, not only in Manitoba, but across the globe.
I think it's just kind of who we are, plain and simple. That's kind of how we're wired. And my personal philosophy is that you don't really have a successful organization if if you're not giving back. I would love to take the opportunity to thank everybody at Bison. Bison today is it's what you have created, and it's the sum total of all of your hard work.
I am proud to say that we are receiving this award for everyone at Bison Transport, not just the people that are there today, but the people that have worked very hard right from the start with Duncan Jessamine in 1969. We have a heritage and a history of great people, and from each one of those, it's my honor and privilege to say thank you very much for giving us this award.
For over 20 years, I've had the good fortune of calling Bison Transport a customer, and I can't think of a more deserving recipient as this year's MTA-Omnitracs Distinguished Member Award. To the Jessamine family, Don Struber, Rob Penner, and the entire management team at Bison Transport, congratulations.